Hello shipmates, and welcome back to another breakdown. This time it's Greyhound, Part 1. In this episode, Tom Hanks loves his new toy.
Oh.
And two veteran Hollywood actors can't seem to pronounce Norfolk.
I report to Norfolk right after the first of the year.
Norfolk, not Treasure Island?
Okay, I admit that my Morse code is a little bit rusty, but this still doesn't make much sense.
Yesterday, today, and forever. All right, your turn. Come on.
Monogram. What's this?
Congratulations. Your first command at last.
Oh.
The Derek Zoolander Center for Kids Who Can't Read Good.
What is this?
A center for ants? What?
I report to Norfolk right after the first of the year.
Norfolk, not Treasure Island?
So I can ask you to marry me on a tropical beach.
Oh, I'd like that, but we can't.
I will always be looking for you, Evie. No matter where I am. Even if I'm 1,000 miles away, I will be hoping I'll see you come around the corner.
Captain on the bridge.
Sir, good morning. Escorts Eagle and Harry are out of position 6 miles from convoy. They've been off on their own, sir, for roughly 2 hours.
Sir,
Read it out.
com convoy to com escort. HUFF,
Puffed up. High frequency direction finding. Continue, please.
Puffed up reports a German transmission bearing 087 degrees, range 1520 miles.
Commodore says a likely U-boat, sir.
Thank you, aye, sir.
Mr. Carling, I have the con.
Captain has the con.
When a vessel, especially a warship, is underway, it's vitally important to have a crystal clear understanding of who is in control of the vessel's movements. Even if the captain is on the bridge, the officer of the watch still has the con until it is verbally requested and passed to the captain, and usually acknowledged by the helmsman.
All ahead full, make turns for 36 knots.
The telegraphs are sort of like the throttle pedal in your car, except there's two levers called sticks, which show the engine room what speed range you're ordering, for example, full ahead or full astern. Unlike your car's throttle, old-fashioned telegraphs are just an indicator to the engineers who make changes as required. It's not a direct control.
All head full, make turn for 36 knots, aye, sir.
Right standard rudder 079.
Right standard rudder to 079, aye, sir.
Right full rudder 087.
Right full
Mr.
rudder to
Carling,
087, aye, sir.
bring us up to general quarters.
Bosun, sound general quarters.
General quarters. All hands, man your battle stations. We are running down a possible U-boat contact.
Depth charges are essentially explosive barrels pre-programmed to detonate at a set depth. The hydraulic shock wave caused by the underwater explosion is enough to severely damage or even destroy any nearby submarines.
Keep them coming, Cleveland.
Sir, I believe Mr. Carling. I have the deck and the con.
So Watson, we have the target bearing 087, range 15 to 20 miles. I have the con.
Aye, aye, sir. Captain is the con.
Messenger. Combat con.
Charlie, we're running down a likely sub bearing 087, range 50 to 20 miles.
I'm hoping it shows up on your surface radar.
On combat, aye, aye, sir.
In the Royal Navy, we still use the bosun's calls, but not for this. We would simply say, "Do you hear there?" but pronounced, "D'ye hear there?" Also, this chap needs to put his tongue over the end of the bosun's call as he finishes to get a nice crisp end note. But we'll let him off this time.
Now hear this. Now hear this.
This is the captain. We are running down a target. Let us attend our duties well. This is what we train for.
Martin, what you got?
Nothing yet, sir.
Got him. Con combat, target bearing 092, range 15 miles.
Charlie, what do you make of this target?
Most likely a U-boat, sir. Up for air and a battery charge. Getting ready to come at us, Captain. Target's disappeared, sir. Fell off the radar about 6 miles out.
What's this, Charlie?
Looks like he's dived, sir, by the way the pips faded out.
Must have seen us, sir. Got his air and dove.
Pips had him on course for us in the convoy, sir.
Can you plot a search radius?
I could, sir, but in 10 minutes the radius would be 3 square miles.
Give me a course to intercept if the target maintains this course at 6 knots.
Aye, aye, sir. Con combat, course to intercept is 096.
Warn me 2 miles out from this intercept.
Aye, aye, sir.
Combat reports 2 miles from intercept, sir.
Mr. Walker, we need to slow down for sonar, make turn for 22 knots.
It turns to 22 knots, aye, aye, sir.
All head standard, make turns to 22 knots.
Here we go, boys.
We're at sonar speed.
At the time, ASDIC was the British name for sonar, which stands for Sound, Navigation and Ranging. Even today you can still hear the active sonar ping through the ship, although it does sound quite different to this classic movie tone. The faster the ship is travelling, the more noise and interference you generate, which is why they have slowed, although 22 knots is still far too fast.
Come left to 091.
Come left to 091, aye, aye, sir. Contact bearing 066, range indefinite, sir.
Left, hard rudder. Ease the rudder.
Easing the turn, aye, aye, sir.
Meter.
Aye, aye, sir. Holding course.
Report all bearings as relative.
All stations, bridge, report all bearings as relative.
Meet her is not a helm order we use in the Royal Navy or Merchant Navy, but it is an order to steer or counter-steer as appropriate to keep the ship's bow pointing in the current direction. During high-speed, high rudder angle turns, a considerable amount of opposite rudder would be needed to stop the turn and steady the ship. This is where a good helmsman really comes into their own. Reporting bearings as relative, i.e. port or starboard, red or green, 0 meaning dead ahead, round to 180 meaning dead astern, gives you an instant idea of where the threat is, rather than a true bearing of say 167 degrees, which you'd first have to check on a compass to know the direction.
Steady as you go.
Steady as I go. Aye, aye, sir. Contact now, bears port 012, range 1,000 yards and closing, sir.
You gonna do that again?
No, sir.
Hydrophone strong. Very strong.
Hydrophone strong, very strong, sir.
Over-revving screws.
Over-revving screws, sir.
He's trying to slip under us!
Now, Mr. Lopez!
Roll and fire, medium pattern. Roll and fire.
Hard right rudder, aye, aye, sir.
We got him. Ivan.
Now here. Now hear this.
This is the captain. It seems we sank that target. This was an all-hands job.
Sir, permission to secure boilers 2 and 4?
Mr. Nystrom, are you not the officer of the deck?
Yes, sir, I am, sir.
Take that to the chief engineer without bothering me.
Aye, sir. Our noon position report, sir.
I'm estimating we are at position Oboe in the North Atlantic surround.
I think every officer of the watch has had more than a few of these little talking down-tos by their captains at some point. It's all part of the learning curve and makes you learn quickly what that particular captain does and doesn't like to know or be bothered with. Just don't take it to heart. In the Royal Navy and Merchant Navy, we use closed loop communications. This means the order is said and then repeated back. This closes the loop and allows the issuing officer to know that the order has been heard correctly. Also, helm orders are usually given in port and starboard, not left and right. Perhaps this is just a US Navy thing.
By open sea, that about right?
If you say so, sir.
Take us back to station. Head of the convoy, center column.
Head of convoy, center column. Aye, sir.
Left standard rudder, steer course 190.
Left standard rudder steering course 190. Aye, sir.
Believe it or not, these sailors were actually lucky to come up against this type of torpedo. They were the fastest of the German wartime variants, but left a telltale streak of white bubbles, which made them easy to spot and track. Later variants left no visible trace as they were electric, and could even home in on the acoustic signature of the target, altering course as they went. Modern anti-submarine warships go to great lengths to minimize their acoustic signatures and can be extremely difficult for a submarine to hear.
Torpedo! Torpedo! Bearing 205, range 500!
Where?
There, sir!
Right full rudder!
Right full rudder, aye, aye, sir.
Shoot me a bearing of where that came from.
Yes, sir.
Zigzag, right, 10 degrees rudder.
Right 10 degrees rudder. Aye, sir.
Six subs, guys. We got a contact report from Eagle?
Aye, sir.
Bearing 207, range 3 miles.
Hard right rudder to 207.
Hard right rudder 207.
Ice accretion can be extremely dangerous for a ship, especially one that's performing high-speed maneuvers with high lean angles. The ice can add potentially hundreds of tons of weight high up on the ship, which raises its center of gravity and can make it far more likely to capsize.
Captain Chief Rudell, report to the XO and the CIC. Mr. Lopez, all mounts, local control, fire when they bear.
Aye, aye, sir. All mounts, local control, fire as you bear.
Right, shipmates, I hope you enjoyed this episode. It's been tricky trying to find many funny moments, but hopefully you learned a thing or two at least. Part 2 is on its way, but for now, Turn 2 back on deck.